views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try.
This is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page, and today we are at Artworks, the Galleria of Fine Art. Today is the grand opening, and we will be shooting that, filming that. Hello, this is Patty Hunter again. With me I have Karen Moriarty, and she is one of the artists' guests here. So what type of painting are you basically doing?
Well, I started as a bit of an impressionist, I would say, and now it's moving into a more expressionist kind of technique, motion, a lot of splattering, a little dripping, a little pouring of paint. Yeah.
It's almost like jazz, right?
Like jazz. Have I liked jazz?
Do you like jazz?
Yeah, I do like jazz. Yes.
That's what I thought.
Very perceptive.
Oh my. So how long have you been a painter?
Well, I trained to be a painter as a kid, so I started painting at about 16, went to art school, painted a lot through my 20s. And then I went into commercial arts and did all kinds of commercial arts and came back to painting about 15 years ago.
That must be your greatest passion.
It is. It is. That's my first love.
You also teach here?
I haven't taught in here yet, but I have taught a few classes here and there at St. Francis and at Ivy Tech. So I'm going to be teaching here. I know I have a figure drawing class coming up in the winter, so that'll be fun.
So what age of students are you expecting then?
Well, it will be adults. Yeah. So you're welcome. I thought we'd have nude models, but now I'm not so sure because we don't have a door on this room. So it'll be a clothed model.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be better. So it'd be kind of embarrassing. Well, listen, I'd like to thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for allowing me to interview you. And we'll have this on air very soon.
Okay.
And we'll show your paintings as well as we talk.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Where did you learn how to do the specific brush strokes? How did you, is that your own style?
It's a brush stroke is something that develops over a lifetime. And I think it starts out with your nervous system, with the way you move. It's like a dance.
Right.
And that energy, when you're painting something, kind of comes through your arm and it dances out onto the canvas until it has its own kind of movement. So each
That's
of
a
us
gift.
has our own stroke.
That's a gift.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Pleasure.
Karen Moriarty. This is Penny French Deal.
Hi.
And we have been filming your paintings as well, so while we're talking together with each other right now, we'll show some of your paintings throughout this interview.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Are you a teacher?
I do give some lessons and instructions and classes, yes. And you will find that I will teach from portraits to landscapes on my classes, yes.
You do sculpture?
No sculpture.
They don't do sculpture here.
They do, but you will find mostly the paintings here tonight, the two-dimensional artist here tonight.
Where did you learn to become an artist?
I have taken art throughout my life whenever I've had a chance to take a class through schooling and through IU, PFW, and the art school here in Fort Wayne. And then most recently, I've studied with nationally known artists throughout the country.
Oh.
So I continue my education in that manner.
You never stop learning, no matter how old you get.
Never. I just crave to learn more and more, and there's so much to observe in art, and you go by going to museums or reading books and concentrating on brush strokes and colors that are applied next to each other, and what that contributes to the paintings.
What style is your paintings?
I paint in an impressionistic style.
Impressionist.
Yes.
So you started out that way, as being impressionist?
I think when you're first drawing and you're first learning, you start more realism, and then you find the type or the style that you want to develop and concentrate on that. And I love the emotion that comes with impressionism. And again, that application of color next to color. You'll find most of my paintings very colorful and vibrant.
Yes, I found that out. They're beautiful paintings. Oh my. Thank you, Penny French Deal.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you. Edward Alvarez. Hello, this is Patty again. This is Edward Alvarez, another painter. And your paintings we have filmed, and we're just interviewing you right now. So what type of paintings what type of genre of paintings do you do?
Well, they're my impressions. I never have a still life. It's right here. I've seen these plants all my life, and I just gather the image, and as I'm painting, I form it, and that's what we have. So, but I like to do florals. I love nature, and it's actually in the last 15 years is when I went from abstract work to doing my impressions of.
You're from Fort Wayne.
I'm sorry?
You're from Fort Wayne.
I am born and raised in Fort Wayne. I've lived away at times in the last years, but I came back from Ohio 8 years ago. So, and I came back and started painting on a regular basis, and this is a culmination of it, actually.
So how long is your paintings going to be in this art gallery?
They should be here a month, not unless I'm lucky and someone's just interested, and they can keep them a little bit longer.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. How old were you when you first started being interested? Who influenced you in?
Oh, that's easy, my mother.
She paints?
Oh, no. She was a seamstress. But since that was the one thing that I did consistently well, she always fostered it with either crayons or watercolor or anything that I could do to
Get motivated.
get motivated. Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. And but I didn't take any art classes until I got out of the Marine Corps in '73, and I attended St. Francis, and those were my first art classes. So I ended up taking 3 painting classes and several drawing classes, and you're only required to take 1.
Oh.
because it was an education program. You know, so a student only had to take 1 painting course. But my teachers, Maury Papier was my painting teacher, and he was the head of the art department over there, and he kind of encouraged me. Yeah.
When
Let
did
the
you
kid
become
go.
professional? When did you become professional?
I don't recall. I think I kind of like it just kind of evolved. People started buying it,
Oh, cool.
and I've never a lot of it was just word of mouth,
Yeah.
and then you know, the longer you hang around, and it's been 45 years now, and you know, and you get to know these other artists, and I've mingled around with them for a long time. So, you know, what they've offered, and what you know, they're just watching them, and my own interpretation, how I want to do things. You know, over the years, it's just kind of gelled. And to do what I'm doing now is a culmination of all that.
What do you see in your future? What type of art would you be going to, or just staying the same, or growing?
Recently, I've been doing what I do with flowers and landscape, and I'm introducing figures into them. I know, and they aren't realistic figures. They're
Abstract?
they're abstract in
Yeah.
a sense. Some are transparent, but the lines are there. You know, a female's a female. The background may be strong and realistic, but the figure is kind of ghostly in a way. And it's something you guys got to see. I was hoping that they would have had one of them here. No, oh no.
I don't remember seeing it here, so.
But yeah,
So, thank you, Edward
Alvarez.
Alvarez. And I got Spanish in me too.
well, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And you're a good artist. We filmed your art. So while we're talking, we're going to be inserting your pictures into editing, you know.
Great.
So thank
I'd
you.
like to see that.
Yes. Thank you very much. And I'll be right back in a moment.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, nice to meet you.
I know. Oh, I'm with another guest here. And her name is Vicki Junkwright, and she's an artist. And how long is your art going to be shown here?
Well, I hope all the time.
All the time? Are you
Yeah.
an artist? I mean, teacher?
Yes, I am.
So, what type of teaching? What type of...
I teach at Canterbury High School part-time, so I get to work with these amazing kids that are working their brain on both sides. And I'm all about that. I think that everybody should have art in their life. So I'm probably more of a stronger advocate for that than I am about doing your own art. Just I think art is soulful. You know.
That's good. What kind of art do you teach here?
I haven't done any classes
haven't
here
done it?
yet.
Not yet,
No,
okay.
not yet. But I'm always involved in different projects and different things that always pulls me into the teaching end of it, whether it's some community project or you know, workshops for a company or whatever. I get involved with all kinds of things.
Do you normally work with kids or just an ensemble of adults and children?
I probably most work with high school people, but I work with teachers too. So, I mean, I just, you know, take it as it comes.
Painting's like therapy, isn't it?
It is therapy. Actually, living art is therapy. You know?
Model?
No, I mean like, I am never without, I'm never bored. You can put me in anywhere, and with the materials in front of me, I immediately start making art. You know, you really have to, you know, I don't, you know, if I'm not dealing with my family or some class, I am thinking art, I'm doing art. It is so ingrained as part of my life that you don't stop and think, okay, now it's time to finally, you know, it's not that way. It's constantly, it's probably like a writer or somebody who, you know, composes. You know, you always have something rolling around in the subconscious mind that's just on about to come out. It's there, and you're waiting each time you do something. You're waiting for that new direction to emerge that takes you down a whole nother avenue that you didn't know you were going. I love that lack of control.
Oh.
You know, letting go and letting it lead me.
Right. I'm a lyricist. I write music.
Oh,
Not music,
yes.
but I write lyrics for singers. I have a couple songs out. I don't sing, but they sing for me.
That's nice.
I'm always writing about something.
Well, and I think, here's my attitude about it. I feel that if you have art, some form of art that you do regularly, like you would if you work your body with yoga or you do Sudoku for your mind or anything like that, art allows you to stay connected to your subconscious. And I think it is the quickest way to get to know yourself because you have time to contemplate while you create, and you make yourself think about things because you're constantly wanting to pull it into your art. And when you have to do all of that, it allows you to have a different perspective on life. And I look around and I think, people who do that, they live a long time. You know, the Grandma Moses, the Picassos, the Salvador Dalis, you know, these people that created all the time.
Yeah.
It was their way of life, the Monets, whatever. They, you know, there was no separating the two. And I feel it's you know, it's a beautiful thing to have in your life because it'll keep you young, I hope.
It's like healing
Very much
after
so.
something bad happened or something like that.
It's definitely therapy. It is
therapy.
definitely therapy.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. In my classroom, I have one corner. I call it my Jackson Pollock corner, where if you're having a bad day, you can come and take the recycled paints and you can throw the paint, you can cry, you can smush it around. And you know, it's amazing how I get kids to come in that aren't even in my class, but they know that corner exists and they've seen other people use it, and they will say, do you mind if I use the Jackson Pollock corner? And no, definitely, go for it. Here's the stuff. And I feel back in the corner, everybody else is working, everybody leaves them alone because they all respect that space. And I, out of the corner of my eye, watch a transformation of a person where they come in with anger and they come in with frustration, and when they get done, they leave lighter. They leave, you know, maybe not with a smile on their face, but they leave with having expressed something that pulled them out of their whatever they were in. So it's very therapeutic.
Well, Vicki, thank you.
You're welcome. Nice talking to you.
That's Vicki Junk-Wright, and this is Patty again, and I'll speak to you in a moment with another guest. We're back. We have another guest. She's a very lovely lady, and she does her own art. It's round her neck. She does jewelry. Her name is Lois Morgan.
Yes, and Lolo is how I sign my work. How do you do?
So how long have you been doing this type of artwork? It's beautiful.
Thank you. It actually began about 10 years ago this Christmas, and I needed Christmas gifts for my sister and my daughter, and I was feeling a little pinched for cash. But during the 70s and 80s, my daughter and I had worn wonderful big costume jewelry,
Wow.
and I had, frugal girl that I am, saved it all in shoeboxes. So I started going through the shoeboxes and thinking, I could take this all apart and put it together in a different way. And my work is quite lightweight because it's all done on ribbons instead of with wires. Each little piece is tied in there.
I can see.
So I also had a bunch of ribbons left over. So I started and I made a necklace for my sister and one for my daughter. And people saw them and wanted one for themselves. Each, because I work from found things, and people give me old broken parts of things. No two are ever alike. Each piece tells a story.
Well, what's the one that you're wearing? What type of story is that?
This is my own personal piece, and it's a very early piece. It tells the story of my career. I used to be a professional actress.
Oh, actress? Mm-hmm. I'm an actress, too.
Are you an actress, too?
I have my own show, Patty's Page. I'm Patty Hunter. I have Access Fort Wayne. I'm also Mrs. Claus.
I thought
On
you must
Uncle-
be Mrs. Claus someplace.
On Uncle Ducky.
Now, see, I live in Toledo, so I don't know these shows.
dang.
Can I get them in Toledo?
Well, we're going to put this on YouTube after it airs here.
Oh, okay.
That was another question I was going to ask. You're not from here, are you?
No, I'm from Toledo, Ohio. I was born and raised there, but then at 18, I went off to New York to seek my fame and fortune.
I see New York there.
And I lived in Manhattan, in Greenwich Village for 21 years before it became so expensive that nobody could live there. And then I lived in the Bay Area, San Francisco, for another
wow, you've been around.
17 years. And then back to New York for a while.
Right.
And then after 9/11, my daughter thought she really would like to raise her family someplace else. And she said, let's go back to Toledo. And I said, okay, and we love it. We love it. She teaches for the School for the Arts there, Toledo School for the Arts, which is a wonderful, wonderful school. And I do my art and watch the grandchildren.
You mind the grandchildren. I hear you. I was just wondering, how long did it take you to get here?
I think it was about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Well, we were outside in the parking lot for quite a while, and then we circled for a while because we didn't know exactly where in the mall to come.
We got lost too. That's all right.
But it's so worth it once you find it. What a beautiful gallery.
Beautiful.
And the work is amazing.
I did the opening. I didn't do the opening. I filmed the grand opening of the cutting of the ribbon. I did a pre-opening many moons ago, a couple months ago with
Oh, under
Santa-
construction.
Under construction, yeah, with Terry Doran. So, yeah, that is. What is that? You singer? Mm-hmm. You're a singer. What type?
Musical theater.
Musical. Oh, theater.
Theater. Yes.
Hello.
I do it all. As someone says, she's a triple threat.
Oh,
Now it's a quadruple threat because now I do art too.
Oh,
So.
my stars, you're so gifted.
Oh, I know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, let's see what else you got there.
But well, you have to go back and see the other pieces that they have back there because, I mean, this story is a very personal one because it's my story. But there's one piece back there called Ohio Roadside Stands, and it tells the story of what used to be the Ohio roadside stands, and probably the Indiana roadside stands too. When they were, practically every few miles you could stop and get jars of homemade honey and the fresh fruits and vegetables, and there's even the little there's even the little old lady who ran the place, and her dog is in there, and
Oh, that'd be great painting.
one of the places that used to carry my work in Perrysburg, Ohio, which the shop is not there anymore, but she called them treasure necklaces because you can look at them and plow through them forever and you never get tired of looking and you always find something new, a new treasure.
How long does it take for you to build something like this?
Actually putting it together about 40 hours.
40 hours. That's about a whole week, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know that because I used to do it while I
timed
was
yourself.
watching the grandchildren, so I knew how many hours I was in the house, and then I would
While they're
subtract
sleeping.
time out for fixing meals and things.
Oh,
And, but yeah, about 40 hours. But I can have an idea in my head, and it can take 2 or 3 years before I find enough little trinkets that will come together to make a big piece. I also make, they don't have any here, but I also do small versions of this in brooches
brooches. Oh, yeah.
and some smaller necklaces and bracelets and things too. So
Well, Lois, thank you.
thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
It was indeed. I know. Sorry. Well, listen. I'll be with you in another moment with another guest. And thank you, Lois, for being my guest on my show.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, we have another guest, and she's the main person we have come to see. Her name is Janet Blumenthal, and welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Are you from around here?
I lived my first 18 years here, but I went to ASU in Arizona State University, and I stayed, and I came back. I lived there for 27 years, and then I came back to Indiana for 2006 to 2009, and that's where I met Santa, and that's why I'm here. But then the winters got too much for me, so I decided to move back to Arizona, and I've been there ever since. So,
What type of artwork do you do?
I do musical themes.
Musical themes.
Musical and dance themes. Yes, those are mine.
What influence? Who influenced you?
I don't know where the music themes came from. I just know that the whole time I was growing up, there was always music on. If it wasn't my mother and father's, jazz or, that kind of thing. Or it was my sister's classic rock, which now classic rock, and there was always music on. So.
What's your favorite music?
Jazz probably, yes. But I listen to everything.
Mel Torme.
Not that jazz, like Duke Ellington or Count Basie or
People like that.
Miles Davis.
I'm more like Styx,
We still love it.
I still got it.
It's good.
So, where did you go to be an artist? How did you learn?
When I did go to Arizona, I went to Arizona State, and I got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in drawing there. And then later, about 9 or 10 years later, I stepped into a place called Phoenix Art Group, which is in Phoenix, Arizona, and they sell worldwide. I was in Phoenix Art Group with 40 other artists, and that's where I learned the bulk of what I know today. So, yeah.
Do you travel throughout the country with your paintings?
No, they travel. I don't, usually. But I came back here because my family is still back here, so I decided to come back here. So, yeah, and Santa invited me, and I'm like, okay, sure, I'll come. So here I am, and I'm really honored to be here, absolutely.
I'm honored to know you, too. Thank you so much. I was just going to ask, when did you become professional?
About 18 years ago.
18 years ago?
Yeah, I've just been on and off doing it, doing what I need to do, so, yeah.
But you don't travel a lot? You don't tour with you don't?
When
No.
I do the shows, I do mostly around Arizona, around Phoenix area, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe, Chandler, those kind of, I don't really like to travel too far with my art, so it's just easier to do it that way. So, but I do all of the different shows out there during the wintertime and the springtime, so luckily I'm here for the summertime, so I'm really excited that my art is actually not in the closet right now, it's being shown, so it's good.
So how long is your artwork going to be here?
I'm not sure, as long as they want it. I know it'll be here for at least this show, which is a month. But I'm not sure how long after that it will be.
It's beautiful until it's sold.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that we don't have to ship anything back and then it all gets sold. So, yes.
I'm admiring your earrings, girl.
Those are another artist that I know out in Arizona, as a matter of fact. And she makes it from, these are bullet shells, actually.
Bullet shells?
Yes.
They're bullet shells.
They're bullet shells. Yeah, she goes out in the desert and shoots, and then she takes the bullet shells. Guns. They shoot guns. They don't shoot anything. They just target practice.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But
Give
anyway,
me the business.
so it's all happy.
So, what's your favorite instrument? Drawing, painting?
I really like doing violin and basses, like big basses, and I like to do them bigger the better. So the bigger the painting, the more happy I am. I love painting big, so yeah.
So where are you going to go after this? You're going to go straight home?
After tonight, or tonight, I'm not sure. I don't know. Eventually, Tuesday I'll go back to Arizona though, so I will only be in Fort Wayne till next Tuesday or this Tuesday. So yeah, and then I go back to Phoenix.
Are you enjoying your time here?
I am. I'm seeing my family and my father, and I haven't seen them for a while, so and a lot of friends, so I'm really excited to be here. And I'm seeing a lot of the artists that I used to hang out with and, do all the shows with, and it's really good to see everybody.
Do you find they've changed?
No, We're all
No?
pretty much the same. Still crazy after all these years.
Way around the temple there.
Well, you know, it's okay though.
Have you graduated? Well, how did you start off with? What type of painting, and then lead up to evolve into other type of?
Well, I used to draw all the time, and then when I went to Phoenix Art, because actually in college I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in drawing, but I did intaglio and some painting. But when I walked into Phoenix Art Group, I learned how to do watercolor and then acrylic and then oil, and then I came back to acrylic because I just really like acrylic. I feel I can get, without all of the messiness of oils and the linseed oil and turpentine and all that. Yeah, I don't like the smells of all of that, but I can do what I need to do and get the color that I want to get with acrylics. So that's why I like them. And it's water, and it just washes up really easy.
Acrylic does smell a lot, doesn't it?
Oil does, not acrylic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's okay.
Like I know it. I'm more of a lyrics writer than I am a painter.
So you poetry? Fabulous.
I have several songs out.
Oh.
I don't sing, but
Okay.
I have someone from Holland singing.
Neat.
Anyways, thank you, Janet.
You're very welcome.
What is in your future?
Hopefully a lot of painting. It's just a lot of painting, a lot of shows.
Where would you like to go? Like overseas or anything like that with your stuff? Are they already going overseas?
That would be good. Some of my things have been sold in different countries, yeah. But there was probably Japan and Saudi Arabia and that kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, that was when I was with Phoenix Art Group. And so, yeah, it was good. But I don't know. I guess my ultimate goal would be a one-woman show in New York,
That'd be good.
NYC. But who knows? Who knows where it'll pop up. So, yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome,
I
Janet
really appreciate it.
Blumenthal.
Thank you.
Artiste, of course, and she's one of my favorites now.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love your work.
Thank you so much. It's got the lyric in it and the music, and so yeah, it's good.
That's why I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I do believe we have one more guest as soon as we can find her. So thank you, and talk to you later, Janet.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, cool.
Hi, this is Patty again. We have another guest here. Her name is Lydia Fast, and she is a jeweler and a milliner. So tell me about yourself.
I moved up here from Indianapolis. I grew up here in the Hoosier State, and I love Fort Wayne. I've been a metalsmith for 22 years. I got a master's degree in metalsmithing, and I started doing millinery about 7 years ago. So I've even started combining the two, putting metal work onto hats. So
Can you zero in on that?
yeah.
Oh, okay. He's going to zero in on your jewelry after
Okay.
the interview.
Okay.
Okay, so I should have it towards me. So, what prompted you? Who influenced you to start doing that?
The metalwork or the millinery or both?
What graduated into what?
I started my
Who influenced you?
my college education with the intention of being a medical illustrator. And because my father was a veterinarian, and I loved looking through his medical journals that had all the beautiful illustrations, and I've been drawing ever since I could hold a pencil. And then my junior year in college, I took an elective class in metalsmithing, and it was an absolute epiphany for me. So I dropped my pre-med major and picked up a metalsmithing major in addition to my drawing major that I had. So I went on to get a master's in metalsmithing, but
How long did that take?
it was an extra 2 years.
Nice.
So I was in college for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I did the 5-year plan at Ball State, and then I went to Rochester, New York for my master's. And then I went back to being a medical illustrator, and I did it for about 15 years and did my metal work in my free time.
Right.
And I moved up here to Fort Wayne from Indianapolis in 2001 and started trying to work full-time on my artwork. And then The millinery, I've been collecting hats probably since
I
I was in
noticed
high
that. It's
school, and this is
beautiful.
one that I made. And I just have an obsession for hats, and I wear them every
You
time.
met the right person here. I'm into hats too.
Oh, good, good. So it was sort of a fluke that I started making hats. Thank you very
Orange
much.
looks good in it.
Thanks, thank you.
Orange and
Green and brown. And this is some vintage necktie silk.
Oh,
I love working with vintage materials when I can find them, vintage flowers and feathers. And
do you get any material from the South America or Africa or India?
no, I've not. I've not.
Where do you get it?
Gosh, I go to flea markets. I go to flea markets and look for vintage things. I've been collecting silk for a number of years, so I work with my stash of silk, and my contemporary millinery is inspired by the vintage hats that I like to collect. So early 20th century through about the 1950s.
I have a hat that's mink. It's like divided here.
Uh-huh.
That's where is it this way? I
Yes.
think that's a 1940 or 1920. It's mink with a little brooch here. That's
I would have to
divided.
I would have to see it. You see a lot of those small hats that go well into the late 50s.
Because I got that at an antique store.
Yes.
And she said something about the 1930s or 40s or something like that.
I would want to see it. Well, that's good. I think more ladies should be wearing hats.
So do I. Of course, I'm not wearing one now.
Oh, but you still have something in your hair, so that's good.
I love flowers in my hair.
Good.
Well, what do you see in your future as a jeweler and millionaire?
I hope for some success. I've been working as a metalsmith, as I said earlier, for over 20 years, and I would like to be able to make a mark and earn a living, and I definitely want to inspire other young artists. I teach metalsmithing at St. Francis University. So-
Francis again. My goodness, you're
Yeah.
about the third person. That's good.
So I hope that I can inspire my students to pursue excellence in their work.
So when you do artwork with the kids, is it like therapy to them?
I don't know.
Or they just like to express themselves?
It runs the gamut. You have really serious students, and you have students who have a course that they just need to fill, and they don't particularly want to put their heart and soul into it.
I mean, just another credit.
Yes, yes.
I hear you.
Unfortunately.
But I love art. I've always loved art, and I'm a lyricist, and I have some songs out. I don't sing, but other people sing my songs.
Wonderful.
So I know what it's like to have a gift, and I'm glad that you have that gift because you're very, very talented.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel I'm quite blessed, and I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Do you have your artistry here?
I do. I do. My millinery and jewelry are in a case right around the corner. It's a low glass case that's locked.
We will show that.
Okay.
And while we're talking, we're going to be editing in what we are, what we're filming.
Okay.
Pictures of the jewelry in that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much. Thanks a lot.
And we have one more guest. We're trying to get her. Santa, where are you? Sandra Brink. We'll get her. Catch you later. Hi, I'm back again. Today we have another guest. Her name is Diana Miller Pierce. What type of art do you do?
I'm a watercolorist, and so I do a variety of subject matter, but I really focus on catching the light and the color of what I'm painting
How long have you been painting?
all my life.
When did you become professional?
1984 was my first professional show with the Hoosier Salon.
So where'd you learn your painting and all?
some of it was I was obviously born with. My great aunt Rosemary Lawton Thomas was one of my first teachers, and I took 2 or 3 semesters with her. And then she sent me to Floyd Hopper, who was she thought one of the best watercolorists alive in the country at the time, and I took 2 semesters with Floyd.
Oh.
So then I started painting professionally.
How long does it take you to do one painting, like an average size?
If I'm doing a large piece and it's very detailed, it can take anywhere from 120 to 180 hours.
You have to wait until it dries and then you can do more on top of that, or?
I use a hair dryer, and so you could dry pretty quickly. But it takes a lot of layers to get the intensity of color.
Do you use any type of shellac or no?
No, with watercolor you don't have to, and that's part of why it's glazed under plexiglass or glass.
Yes.
Since it's on paper, it obviously would be more sensitive to the elements.
Do you do type of paintings that from other countries like Japanese or?
Done quite a bit from the Caribbean since I've traveled a lot in Jamaica. So I've got a number of them from Jamaica, Puerto Rico. I believe I've got a couple from the different architecture I found very interesting. With all the wrought iron and filigree and the cast shadows with those, they were fascinating to paint.
So you have different phases throughout your life. What type of paintings you go that evolve through?
Right. It just depends on what's really subject matter is most available to me. I've always done some architectural pieces. I do occasional still lifes, do a lot of florals because I can play with the color. So I paint, and sometimes I get bored doing one thing, so then I'll switch to something else subject-wise.
We had done some filming of your painting here.
Okay.
So, I love your outfit. It's so beautiful on you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's almost like a painting in itself.
Yes, I liked it because of all the different prints and how it just kind of blended.
You look very pretty.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, what kind of just waterworks, water painting, color? That's all you work with?
Yes, I'm also a psychotherapist, so I have a practice. So between the practice, that keeps me quite busy. And watercolor is very conducive to quick cleanup, as well as being able to paint in short sessions. So
Also, it's therapeutic.
very therapeutic for me. When I've painted with oil, I put the paint down and it kind of sits there. With watercolor, it has a life of its own. And I enjoy the interaction with the paint.
Do you work with children?
Work with children, work with adults, work with a variety of populations.
So you're a teacher?
No, I'm a psychotherapist.
Oh, I forgot. I'm embarrassed. So how long have you been a psychotherapist?
Oh, geez. This will be 35 years this year.
And do you normally help young children or
I've
adults?
helped all ages. I mean, it just depends on, what client I happen to be seeing. But I work with grade school kids. I work with preschoolers on occasion. Do teenagers. Work with adults. You name it, I've done it.
Do you work with art with the kids?
Actually, I work a lot with art with the adults too. I do art therapy.
Oh, that's good.
And it's a very powerful technique, a very powerful tool.
Deal with anyone who's been like domestic violence or abuse?
Done a lot of sexual abuse, I do specialize in PTSD. So, again, it's all kinds of abuse, from childhood to adults.
Are you going to be touring with your paintings or?
Not that I know of, at least not right now. None of any tours planned up.
Oh. We've already taken film of your paintings, so
Okay.
we'll be putting it over while we're speaking together.
Okay, great,
So
great.
that's great. Oh, thank you, Diana Miller Pierce.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And we'll get Santa. And we will see you. We'll be back in a moment. This is Patty, of course, and
Sandy Hall.
Sandy Hall. She does jewelry. Are you wearing them?
Yes, I'm wearing some earrings that I made.
They're down there, and we're going to be looking at them a little later. So, how long have you been doing that?
Yes, I made all of these too. Just African trade beads, and I make my own glass beads.
Oh,
and
you go.
Yes, and I just love to layer. I just always make different kinds of bracelets, elastic, and you can layer them, different colors.
You find nylon easy to work with?
Not especially nylon. I use a lot of steel cord and metal. I love metal. I use a lot of metal in my work.
So, how long have you been a jeweler?
How long what?
Have you been making jewelry?
I've been making jewelry about 7 years. I started out as a graphic designer in Chicago. That's where I'm from. And I met my husband and moved to Hicksville. And it was kind of a culture shock. But there wasn't much graphic design work. I did get a job with the local newspaper, but it was not paying very well. And I don't know really how I transitioned into jewelry. I think I got a jewelry book as a gift, and I just started making it, and it kind of just took off. And I love it now. It's a great way to express my art and my creativity.
Sharon?
Sandy.
Sandy. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My mind seems to be. Sandy, I love your outfit. I'm just admiring it.
Oh, thank you very much. I love color, so.
It looks like a piece of art.
I know.
And I love your bracelets.
Thank
and
you.
your earrings, they match.
Yeah, so my earrings are made with sterling silver, and I soldered together in little rings.
Oh.
And I also made the glass beads.
I tried to make jewelry myself.
Really?
Never could do the clasp at the back area. Never could do it right. But I did most of it right. It's just putting the little lobster thing on the clasp on
Well, I make all of my own clasps out of metal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I make my own ear wires. Everything's handmade. Every piece, every component.
Oh, yeah. It looks good.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
nice. I'm admiring them.
Awesome. And if you come to Artworks here at the Gallery at Jefferson Pointe, you can see all of my jewelry. Try it on, and you'll love it.
So this is Sandy Hall. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you for interviewing me. I had a great time. Thanks.
Okay, we'll show your jewelry.
Okay.
And then there you go.
Thanks.
We'll catch you later. We shall be getting, what's his name? Terry Ratcliffe.
Yes, Terry Ratcliffe.
And so, catch you later. Oh, hi! We finally got Santa. Hello, Santa.
Hi, Patty.
Great. Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. This is the grand opening of your Galleria?
Yes.
Artworks, the Galleria of Fine Art.
Yes.
So,
It's been my dream for several years, and we're finally open. We have 9 artists in our main gallery, all from this area, with beautiful, beautiful work.
So, you're going to be around for a long time.
We are going to be around for a long time, yes. Yes.
You're very pretty. I love your outfit.
Oh, thanks. Well,
Look at the earrings. Here?
No, I actually got them in Muncie a long, long time ago, but from another artist, yes. And so we're really highlighting the local artist here,
Yes.
and so we will be around. We have such a treasure of local talent.
And we've also filmed your paintings.
Oh, okay.
So while we're talking, we'll superimpose your
Oh,
painting now
okay.
and then.
My
Of course,
insect women.
That's what they are.
Insect women, yes.
Whatever made you start?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're whimsical.
Oh, I am. I am whimsical, and yeah, there's probably meaning behind it.
But
You
you
know,
don't know.
different personalities. There's the butterfly, which is with metamorphosis. You know, I think we all go through change, and I certainly do, and growth. And then there's the black widow, which is probably my dark side.
Keep away from her.
And then Carmen Miranda, fruit fly, is my more whimsical side.
Fruit fly.
Carmen Miranda, yeah. And then there's a damselfly and ladybug.
Ladybug is my favorite.
Ladybug and queen bee. Yeah, definitely the queen bee. There are times, but then there's times I'm damselfly.
Oh, so I'd like to thank you for allowing me into your Galleria and taking these interviews with all these famous, beautiful artists.
They are wonderful. We're very, very honored to have the artists that we have.
How do you get to know them?
Oh, over many years, building relationships. Yeah. I put on a lot of shows in Fort Wayne for different charities and for different events, and they always came forward. Yeah. So, with us today.
Well, thank you, Santa.
Thank you.
I know you're right busy and everything like that, so thank you for letting me interview you and your wonderful friends here.
Thank you.
And may you blossom and
Thank you.
grow. Are you going to branch out, do you think? Hey, wait, you just started, right?
Yeah, we just started. We are going to have a new opening every second Saturday, so which is a very big. It's very aggressive and very ambitious because most galleries don't maybe do 2, 3, 4 shows a year, and we're going to be doing one every month.
Cool.
So second Saturday.
So different artists are going to be with their paintings.
Yes, we'll have different paintings. We'll have our stable artists, which are, some of the best, not only in Fort Wayne, but around the United States. And many of them have shown in Europe.
I'm impressed. I'm not worthy. Thank you, Santa.
Thank you.
I know you're busy.
Thank you.
I shall come again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, this is Patty, and we finally got Terry Ratliff.
You chased me down.
Yeah, he's, whew. You're hot stuff, man.
What's wrong with that?
So, your artwork, we are filming, we had filmed it, and now we're talking to you. So while we're talking, we'll put some of your artwork, edit into it.
Okay, cool.
So tell me about your, the ones that you have here, the paintings.
Well, one is a sunflower field in Spencerville. It's the art farm where Lisa and Paul Vetter Seifert they have an art farm where they just do art and do workshops and stuff like that. But so I painted that on site, and it's like a 7-foot by 5-foot oil painting.
Wow.
And it's not usually my subject matter. I like to go for more of a abstract, crazy colors kind of thing.
Jazzy.
Yeah, and then there is another one of 2 people dining, and a jester is pouring wine for the woman that's kind of, she has her eyes closed, and she's kind of like, she's not in the moment. She's in another moment with somebody else. But yet she has a date that's right across the table from her. So, and then the other one is just a flower vase that they had here for the last opening, and I just was in the middle of the gallery just painting. So when people came in, they could see me painting.
So you're the permanent resident here in the art?
Yeah, my studio's on the far left side of the building, and it's kind of, I call it a little cave because nobody knows I'm back there unless you come around the corner.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice because being an artist is the loneliest job in the world. You're by yourself all the time painting, and so it's been nice out here to be able to be back there and paint, but yet come out, talk to people, have them come in the studio and bounce off their energy as much as they bounce off mine. So,
like, I'm a writer myself. I've told a couple other people that. So I know what it's like to be alone, at night especially.
oh yeah, night's the nice. It's like a magic time where either people are sleeping, getting ready for work in the morning, and you're up doing some kind of art, whether it be writing or painting or whatever.
I find art therapeutic.
Oh yeah, I've always been that kind of person that puts my emotions in my paintings.
Yeah.
And some things that I'm trying to work out in my head work out faster on the canvas than they do actually, in my head. If I have a problem or something that's bothering me in my life or whatever, it comes out on canvas, I got it out of me, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So yeah, I'm very expressive with my paintings. It's very personal.
Where'd you learn your art?
My mom taught me. My mom was a painter, and from the time I was 3, I painted with her. And then when I went to high school, I knew I was going to be an artist the rest of my life. And then when I went to college, my art professor, his name was Luigi Crispino. He's an Italian painter, and I knew when I met him, like, wow, I really want to learn from this guy. And he taught art to me, and it stuck.
How did you meet Santa?
I think probably from she used to do art fairs. She doesn't do art fairs anymore, but I met her through art fairs, and then I've worked on murals with her. We did a mural for Parkview Hospital. And actually the 5 artists that are basically featured every month worked on that mural, and it was always her dream to have a gallery of her own and pull us in with her. So yeah, it's been great working with Santa. She's definitely a visionary, for sure.
Thank you, Terry. I mean, we can't speak too long because we have another 2 minutes. So we have the full hour of interviewing you wonderful, fabulous painters, artists.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And thank you for your patience.
No problem.
And thank you for letting me interview you.
My pleasure.
It was Patty Hunter of Patty's Page, and I'd like to say goodbye until next time.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my